Insider confirms Shedeur Sanders' status as Browns. Bench Joe Flacco. The quarterback drama shaking Cleveland, the E-eyed. Cleveland Browns have entered yet another turbulent chapter in their never-ending quarterback saga. After a disappointing 1-3 start to the 2025 season, head coach Kevin Stefanski and the front office decided to bench veteran quarterback Joe Flacco in favor of rookie Dillon Gabriel. The decision has not only rattled the locker room, but also reignited a storm of speculation about Shedeur Sanders, the once highly touted rookie who now finds himself cemented as the team's QB3 despite flashes of potential. What makes this situation even more dramatic is the blunt commentary of an NFL insider who recently made waves by dismissing Sanders' chances of starting anytime soon. His remarks, combined with the Browns' quarterback shuffle, have thrown gasoline on the fire of one of the NFL's most intriguing storylines this season. The insider's cutting remark. The spark came during an appearance on The Dan Patrick Show, where the host posed a simple but loaded question. Was rookie Dillon Gabriel really ready to start against the Minnesota Vikings? The insider, without hesitation, gave a nuanced but striking response. He acknowledged that Gabriel could eventually take over the starting reins, but added a brutal reality check. Eventually, but Joe Flacco still gives the Browns the best chance to win right now. The schedule's been brutal, but eases up after a trip to Pittsburgh. And then my source follows up by saying, I know a quarterback who isn't ready to start. The Shedeur Sanders clickbait continues. Those words hit hard for Sanders, who entered the league with expectations of being more than just a roster filler. For critics, it confirmed what they've believed all along. The 23-year-old son of Deion Coach Prime Sanders might not yet be NFL ready. For his supporters, it felt like another unfair dismissal of a player who has already shown glimpses of starter potential. Joe Flacco's collapse. The Browns' decision to bench Joe Flacco was hardly shocking to anyone who has watched him through the first month of the season. Once a Super Bowl MVP, Flacco entered the year with the task of providing veteran stability to a young roster, but instead, he became part of the problem. His stat line through 4 weeks tells the story. 6 interceptions, 2 lost fumbles, and just 815 passing yards with a completion rate of 58%. More importantly, the Browns' offense ranked among the worst in the league, repeatedly stalling in key moments. What made matters worse was Flacco's lack of mobility and his inability to adapt when under pressure. The Browns' offensive line has been inconsistent, but rather than elevate the team, Flacco only compounded their issues. That paved the way for change and Dillon Gabriel's chance to step into the spotlight. Dillon Gabriel's surprise opportunity. Gabriel, a 5th-round rookie out of Oklahoma, entered the league without the same hype as Sanders, but has steadily earned respect inside the Browns facility. Coaches have praised his poise, quick release, and decision-making, qualities that make him a safe, if unspectacular, option. During the Browns' Week 4 blowout loss to the Detroit Lions, Gabriel saw limited action late in the game, even though the snaps were meaningless in terms of the outcome. The coaching staff apparently saw enough to believe he could handle the responsibilities of starting. Now, with Flacco benched, Gabriel is expected to make his first NFL start against the Minnesota Vikings in London. The international stage, combined with the Browns' desperate need for a win, creates a high-pressure moment that could define Gabriel's early career. Shedeur Sanders, stuck at QB3. While Gabriel climbs the depth chart, Sanders has remained frustratingly stagnant. Drafted in the 5th round of the 2025 NFL Draft, the former Colorado star has yet to see significant playing time in the regular season. His preseason numbers were respectable, completing 17 of 29 passes for 152 yards and 2 touchdowns. And his week 1 performance against the Carolina Panthers seemed to suggest he was ready for more. In that preseason opener, Sanders started against Carolina, playing most of the snaps and leading the team to a 30-10 win. He completed 14 of 23 passes for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns, showing command of the offense and flashes of the talent that made him a household name in college football. Yet despite that strong showing, the Browns chose to relegate him to a backup role behind both Flacco and Gabriel. The Baltimore what-if one of the most intriguing subplots in Sanders' story is the path he didn't take. Reports emerged that Sanders had a chance to be drafted by the Baltimore Ravens, but declined, fearing that competing with superstar quarterback Lamar Jackson would be a losing battle. Ironically, with Jackson now sidelined by injury, Sanders could have been thrust into a meaningful role in Baltimore. Instead, he remains a third-string quarterback in Cleveland, watching another rookie leapfrog him on the depth chart. The irony isn't lost on fans, and many are questioning whether Sanders made a career-defining mistake by avoiding Baltimore. The cryptic Instagram post, if Sanders was frustrated by the Browns' decision. He didn't say much publicly, but he may have let his feelings slip through social media. Shortly after the news broke that Gabriel would be starting, Sanders posted a photo on Instagram alongside rookie running back Quinshon Judkins. The caption contained just 2 words, cotton candy. Fans and analysts immediately tried to decode the meaning. Some suggested it was a subtle jab at Gabriel, implying that the rookie starter was all flash and no substance. Others saw it as a playful inside joke with teammates. Regardless of the true meaning, the timing of the post spoke volumes. Sanders may not have come out and directly criticized the decision, but the message was clear. He wasn't thrilled about being passed over. The bigger picture, Cleveland's quarterback curse for decades. The Cleveland Browns have been haunted by instability at the quarterback position. From failed draft picks to short-lived veterans, the franchise has struggled to find a long-term answer. The current situation with Flacco, Gabriel, and Sanders feels like déjà vu. Fans are split. Some believe Gabriel deserves his shot and could become the franchise's future. Others think Sanders, with his pedigree and upside, should at least be given a chance to prove himself on the field. Meanwhile, Flacco's benching feels like yet another chapter in the team's revolving door of quarterbacks. What's next for Shedeur Sanders? The question now is simple. Where does Sanders go from here? If Gabriel succeeds, Sanders could remain buried on the depth chart for the foreseeable future. If Gabriel struggles, the Browns may have no choice but to give Sanders his opportunity. His path forward depends as much on Gabriel's performance as his own development in practice. There's also the looming possibility of a trade. Several quarterback-needy teams across the league could be intrigued by Sanders' upside, and the Browns may consider moving him if they feel Gabriel is the future. Conclusion. The drama continues. The Cleveland Browns quarterback situation is as messy as ever, and Shedeur Sanders is right at the heart of it. Once hailed as a rising star, he now finds himself watching from the sidelines as another rookie takes the reins. The insider's dismissive comment may have been harsh, but it reflects the reality Sanders faces. Until he proves himself beyond any doubt, he'll remain a question mark in the NFL. For now, all eyes turn to London, where Dillon Gabriel will make his first NFL start against the Minnesota Vikings. But no matter how that game plays out, the saga of Shedeur Sanders and the Browns quarterback carousel is far from over.